Hi, hello, and welcome back to my nail corner. We are going to get right into some dip powder today. I am wearing the same colors on my right hand that we are about to apply to my left hand shorties. These are from West Coast Dips, and all the details are going to be down below if you are interested in checking them out. I hope you guys are having a great summer so far. I know it's kind of only a couple weeks into the summer, but I don't know. It feels like it's been longer, and at the same time that summer's going so fast. How does time work like that? I don't know. I did this mani a while ago, and I've had the video recorded, and I've had it sitting in my iMovie app to edit, and I'm just sitting down today. I'm editing, I'm voiceovering, and getting this posted. I have another mani I'm going to do this week. I'm going to record it. I'm going to put a picture in here. It's a mani I posted in the Triple D Facebook group and on my Instagram, and several people asked me if I would do a video with this. And sometimes I do like a really simple mani that I adore, and so I post it, and I don't feel like it's interesting enough to do a video, but I guess that's fun too, to just have simple videos that are pretty manis. So this was done when I had kind of a little bit of a shorter square nail, and right now back to like the little bit of like a almond / stiletto. I don't know. You can tell me. I'll post a picture in here. Are these almond? Are they stiletto because they're a little bit pointier? I'm not sure, but I don't break them as easily as I do my square nails, but I don't feel like I'm as good at shaping them. So I keep going back and forth. So when I recorded the video you're seeing right now, I grew them out a little bit, and then I went to like the almond shape. So I'm trying to remember. I think this was actually recorded before the last video you saw, which was the Maniology reverse stamping video. But anyway, so I've gone back and forth like two or three times now, from my squares to almond, and then I cut them down to real short to grow them back out as square, and now I'm back to like the almondy stiletto look. I'm just undecided on what looks best, what's most functional, and what I'm capable of. Because like I said, I don't know if I get the shape just right when I do the almondy stilettos, but my square nails, when they're like a medium length, they've been my go-to for so long that I feel comfortable shaping them, if that makes sense. But I do tend to chip the corners, or I'll get lifting from the builder gel on the corners of my nails. So what first world problems we have keeping nails pretty. Anyway, I am dipping into these powders, but not really talking about it much. If you need a tutorial on like the basics of dip powder, I'm sorry. These last several videos I posted are just me kind of catching up with my my nail friends, and they're not very tutorial-y. So if you look back in older videos, you can get more instructional videos if that's what you're looking for. But this is not going to be the best for that. So I am very into purples lately. This mani and then the one I just referenced that I'm going to do later this week, they've really had my heart. And I was talking just a second ago about how when I do like a basic mani, sometimes I don't feel like that's YouTube worthy, or like that you guys aren't interested in watching me just dip my nails if it's nothing special or fancy, or like some new something skill. But I love a pretty basic mani a lot of the time. And what's funny is when I have the most basic of nails and I'm out somewhere, well, not the most basic, but like, 3 plain nails and 2 glitter nails, I get the most compliments from strangers. Like I had a mani on the other week. I didn't even take like a proper picture, but I took this one in my car, and everywhere I went, people were like, oh my gosh, I love your nails. I love your nails. And then this other one, which is another West Coast Dips mani, I got a lot of compliments on too. So I don't know, maybe you guys are into that as well. And maybe it's just more common than not that like we all wear pretty, I don't want to say basic like it's a negative thing, but nothing like extravagant or over the top. And I think that sometimes that's what catches people's eyes, because it's something that they would wear. So I don't know, let me know down below if you are more into just the kind of everyday mani, and if you want me to record that stuff and share it with you guys just for something to watch. I know I love watching YouTube videos of different content, and it doesn't have to be like new or fascinating in that way, but I just enjoy certain content. So if that's what you guys are into, then I will try to do my best to record at my desk when I do my nails, whatever I'm doing with them. I feel like I have some questions for you guys, and now I have to remember what they were. But in the meantime, I do want to talk about this dip powder because I love it so much. So this is, I think it's called Lilac Skies. Again, the details will be down in the description box below. But if you know me, you know that I love a glow-in-the-dark dip powder, and this is a glow-in-the-dark dip powder. And if you're also wondering if I've lost my mind and forgot that I had a pinky, I did not. While I was doing my peel-off base coat before I dipped, I got a dog hair. Ugh, yes, I have dog hair in my house now. Anyway, caught in the peel base, so I had wiped off the peel base and applied a fresh coat. So when the other fingers were dry, I had to go back and do peel base on my pinky last. So I just started dipping my other fingers while that peel off base coat dried on my pinky. Hopefully that makes sense, but I'm sure you guys were watching and thinking Kate, you forgot a finger. But alas, there was a reason. There was method to my madness, so to speak. Okay, hang on in there. I'm going to try to rethink what questions I had for you guys because I wanted some feedback in the comments, and then I'll be right back. Okay, so before I get into any questions, what you'll notice is I went ahead and activated those two, my middle and ring finger. That is because I did 2 coats of that solid and the clear on those, and now I'm going to do a dip of this gorgeous glitter over that purple base. They coordinated beautifully, and I wanted all my nails to glow because I don't like it when some of my nails feel left out. So if it's at all possible, I like to make them all glow. So that's what we're doing. And I activated those middle 2 because when I'm on my game and following, my own advice, it's that I like to finish the solid nails off completely, clear cap them, and then activate them before I go into any glitters, because number 1, you're not going to then get glitters contaminating those solid nails because they are going to be hardened and cured. And then also, as soon as I'm done with those glitters, I can go ahead and clear cap and activate those nails, but those first 2 are good to go on filing. There's no waiting for them to solidify or anything, so you can kind of get right into your next steps that way. So if you have the time, the patience, and the wherewithal to separate out kind of your solids from your glitter nails, it does really work out nicely in the process. It just feels a little bit like skipping around. And so you got to kind of pay attention to what steps you did and what you didn't. So if you're very new to dip powder, that might be something that's a little intimidating to do. I remember, oh my gosh, it's almost 7 years ago now, might be almost 8 years ago now, when I started dipping. There were no YouTube channels about this. There was one video that Revel Nail had put out with I don't even think it was voiceover instructions. It was just kind of like a demo. There was nothing. And then there were written instructions that came with the Revel Nail dip kit. And I used to sit down with that in front of me every single time I did my nails at first, because there felt like there were so many steps, and I just was like, I'm going to screw this up and I'm going to miss something. And what happens if I miss that step? Will it still work? Until I understood how all the liquids worked, what each of them did, so on and so forth. So again, if you're brand new to dip powder, then my skipping around and doing this step now and that step later might not be the way to go. Stick with what works for you to keep kind of everything in sequence, because there are steps that can't be missed or that won't really work correctly if you mix them up. So again, do what works for you. If you need a basic tutorial, go ahead and scroll back on my YouTube channel ways. There are some like just kind of basics that might be helpful to you, but this isn't it again. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm getting all that excess glitter off of my nails, and now I'm going to dip those in clear and activate them before I buff and file. So I have a separate jar. I try my best to only use this jar when I'm dipping into like glitters into my clear, and then I have like that big vat from Model 1s that I use for solids. I have been a little bit lazy about that lately, but I feel like so far I've avoided contamination, but I really need to get back on like keeping those separate. I really like to keep a glitter clear separate so that you don't contaminate your manis. It's really the best way that I've found. And then same thing, some people use separate activators, like one for their light colors, one for their dark colors, and one for their glitters. But I find if you clear cap everything, then your activator is only ever coming in contact with clear dip powder. So I use the same activator no matter what, glitter, solid, light, dark color, all of that stuff. So if you're finding you're driving yourself crazy getting glitter in a solid nail, those are some ways to avoid contamination. So I'm going to get into a little bit of stamping here. I have my Maniology sticky base coat. I was trying to decide what I was going to do here. I knew at least one of the things I was going to do. So I was trying to decide if I was doing one nail or two and what I wanted to put on them. But this stamping plate was given to me, several years ago by Carol Annette over at, I think her YouTube is, it might just be Carol Annette, used to be Tobean Nails or Tobean Nails on Instagram. Anyway, she sent me the stamping plate because she knows I have like a deep love for the show Friends. And I found this, so I will link it down below. And if you love Friends, this is a great stamping plate. I will say the edges are quite sharp. Like you can see the corners are really pointed. It's like sharp sheet metal. But the stamping plate worked so great. There are so many good images on it that I like can't wait to use it again. There's, like the Thanksgiving ones, there's the different characters, there's Central Perk stuff, like, oh, so cute. But when I did this purple on my nails, I knew that I wanted to do the picture frame that is on Rachel and Monica's apartment door around their peephole. Several years ago, my husband bought me that same one, and I had it around our front door peephole for years and years. And I say had because I need to replace it. It was like magnetic to our metal front door, and the magnets were adhered to the frame, and at some point the like adhesive broke down and it fell and it broke like in the middle of the night one night. It was so sad to find it in the morning. So all that to say, I'm going to use that cute image of the frame because this purple was like the perfect purple that reminded me of the apartment color at Rachel and Monica's. It'll always be Rachel and Monica's. I know it eventually became Monica and Chandler's, but it will always be Rachel and Monica's. So my question to you is, do you watch Friends? Do you love Friends? Have you seen every episode a dozen times, like I probably have? And if so, who's your favorite character? That can be who do you relate to most? Who did you just love the most? Just who's your jam? And do you have a favorite Friends moment? Do you have like a Friends moment that stands out that you're like, I laughed myself to tears when this happened? It always makes me laugh, whatever the case may be, because Friends is just that for me. It's just like it can run in the background. I can pick up at any point and know what's going on and at what like stage of things that they're at. And I love that about Friends. It's just a comfort show for me. Of course, like, it was soul crushing last year. Was it last year? Gosh, when Matthew Perry passed. I had just recently listened to his book, his audiobook, and it just felt so, I don't know, just he seemed to have such a struggle in life, and it just made me so heartbroken at like how much joy he brought to everybody else and how much he just seemed to struggle a lot. But so I don't know, after I listened to his audiobook, there was a certain part of me that watching Friends had a different feel to it, just particularly his character, knowing a bit more of like what his personal life and his personal struggles were. But all that being said, I think that Chandler has always been the one that made me laugh the most. Like, every time. Even though I knew what he was going to say before he said it, I still died laughing at his character's lines all the time, all the way through all those 10 seasons. Anyway, talk to me about Friends down below. Let me know what you think. So I decided to go with the lyric from their theme song, I'll Be There For You, as my other stamping image. And again, I said I had no problems with the stamping plate. Everything picked up really beautifully. This was the first time I used it. Both images picked up perfectly. First time, no problem. This stamper is my Triple D stamper, so it's a great stamper. It does a great job. No complaints all around. And the yellow stamping polish, I think, is from it might be from like a Born Pretty kit that I picked up on Amazon years ago with just a bunch of kind of basic colors. And then the black is from Triple D. It's their sticky stamping polish, which is awesome to have on hand because you can apply that and then like apply chrome or pigment or whatever to the nail after you've put the stamp on it, and that sticky stamping polish will hold on to the chrome or the pigment, whatever you want to do with it. So it's very, like, I love this stamping polish. It's so easy. And because you can put pigment on it or whatever, there's just, I think, black, white, and maybe red available on the website last I checked, because you don't need a slew of colors. You can kind of change it to whatever color you want. So I just took a tiny bit of that black on a stamping or on a dotting tool just to make the little peephole in my image. And now we are going to go ahead and finish this bad boy off. So I'm going to go through this. I'm going to speed through some of it because it's very repetitive, but when I apply a gel top coat to a mani, I like to apply gel base first. The reason for this is that gel top coat doesn't like to adhere to a slick, smooth surface like buffed dip powder. It will tend to peel off. So if you've been trying a gel top coat over your dip powder and it's peeling off, you want to try a gel base first, cure that for 30 seconds, and then apply your gel top. Okay, well, I just got interrupted by a phone call because I forgot to put my phone on Do Not Disturb. So sorry about that. We're just going to roll with it. So gel base first, cure for 30 seconds, and then gel top and cure for 60 seconds. And then you're going to have a much better chance of your gel top coat adhering and staying put. I don't have any peeling issues at all when I do this process, so keep that in mind. Oh, that was another question I wanted to ask. Obviously, for years now, I've been using gel top coat over my dip powder. Dip top coat is surely an option. I'm curious how many of you are using dip top versus a gel top coat, and if you want to see me like mix that up from time to time. I use the sensitive dip liquids because the regular ones do give me a dip flu reaction. However, I'm sure that from time to time using a dip top coat is not going to kill me. If that's something you guys would like to have a good tutorial on, if that's something you struggle with, getting your dip top coat to be like kind of perfectly glossy, or if you just don't care, then that's fine too. But are you a dip top or a gel top applier? Comment below and let me know. I've asked so many things now. I don't know like how many comments I'm gonna have, but I'm curious about these things. These are things I think about when I'm filming content or deciding what to do next. I'm like, are people using dip top coat, or is everybody using gel, or are people avoiding gel because they're worried about gel allergies or don't want to use the lamp, and so they wish that they saw more dip top coat like kind of tutorials out there, and like trying different dip top coats and kind of recommending like what's a really good shiny one and what isn't so great. I don't know. So let me know what your thoughts are below, what works for you, what you like, and what you want to see. So I skipped those two stamped nails because I was letting them dry a little bit longer before I went in with the gel base on those because I didn't want to smudge the stamping. If you don't want to wait a bunch of time, you can use a why isn't the word coming to me? Maybe it's not no. Anyway, a smudge free. That's what I'm looking for. A smudge free top coat, which is just regular air dry like nail polish from Maniology. And you can go right in with that and it won't smudge your stamping polish. And then you can go in with your like top coat, your gel top coat or whatever over that if you want to. If you feel like regular nail polish top coat is durable enough for you, then you can just stop at that. But I'm pretty hard on my nails, so I like to have like a good solid either dip or gel top coat over anything, including stamping. So I'm going to stop yammering for just a second. I'm going to apply the gel base over these, and then I'm going to go with a matte top coat over the stamping images, because I feel like when you stamp, sometimes it can get lost in the glossy reflections. And so a nice matte top coat, and the one from West Coast Dips is so good, over a stamping image can really make it pop. So that's what we're going to do. All right, top coat is all baked on there, and I am ready for some cuticle oil to hydrate my skin. After I did like filing and buffing and all that stuff, I like to make sure that's well hydrated. I feel like it really helps reduce any hangnails and things like that. So I am always applying cuticle oil, like all day, every day. Anyway, I hope you guys liked this mani. I really liked how it turned out, and as I said, I'm going to record what I do on my nails this week for you guys, so hopefully in a week or two that'll be up. My husband and I are going away Sunday the 14th. It's our 17th wedding anniversary, so we're slipping away for a couple of days, but it's been a kind of chaotic start to the summer. My daughter had surgery 2.5 weeks ago to remove her adenoids, and then she was a little bit struggling with the recovery. She had like a 10-day headache, and then I got a stomach virus that then went through the whole family. It's just been a little bit of a crazy couple of weeks getting into the summer groove here, so I hope it gets smoother from here on out. But look at that glow, you guys. I love a mani you can enjoy day or night. I almost don't like to wear colors that don't glow anymore because I'm so obsessed with the glow. So thanks for hanging out with me. Thanks for being here whenever I pop in, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye now.